Hey, coach. So glad you found the video. Make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me help you put banners and national rankings and all those things in your gym. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's a community of like-minded coaches. We just got off an hour and a half call. Come over and join us, and let's head off to the video.
All right, welcome to High School Hoops episode. I have no idea because I'm too old to remember or look it up. Welcome, Coach. We are going to jump into some tidbits, the 3 PRs of coaching, to kind of give a tease here. But before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market, in my opinion, Midwest company. Really good. You want to be a shooter, you have to shoot. You want to lift, you want to get strong, you got to lift weights. Pretty simple. Everybody can become a shooter too. I said that recently on a podcast. Not everyone can become a scorer, but everybody can become a shooter. It's just enough repetitions. It might take me 50,000 shots. It might take you 150,000 shots. We can all get to the same level. Dr. Dish will help. Mention High School Hoops and get $450 off. And then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. That's my baby. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. Go over and check it out. I've got 2 kids in college. Coach Collins trying to make a difference. There we go. That's my cheap I don't know, sale there at that point. All right. So, Coach, we're going to talk about the 3 PRs of coaching. And you're going to dive into those and explain what the 3 PRs are. How did you come up with this?
Well, my bachelor's is in communications. And I started doing, of course, marketing, public relations. I've been, and my life starts to kind of blend. And I've always had in my mind that one day I wanted to be a head coach, but I've become such a great assistant coach that that's not a dream of mine anymore.
Hey,
But
one of my assistant coaches says the best seat in the whole arena
oh yeah, I
that 12
lost.
that 12 inches is the best seat ever. He goes, I'm the head assistant and I don't take the phone calls and I don't have the headaches and I get to coach and be around the kids. And he goes, it was the best gig. It's like, all right, I can, there's days I can see what he's talking about.
Yep, yep. But yeah, so it's just a play on words. It's relations, public relations, but my P's are player relation, parent relations, and public relations when it comes to being a basketball.
Okay.
So with the player relations, which is the most important relationship you'll have, and Don Staley, most favoritist, and yes, I minor in English, but my most favoritist coach actually has been in a lot of interviews she's done in the last month or so, has indicated how she had to kind of make some adjustments. The attitude, the personalities of players nowadays is not what it used to be. And coming in with that hard hand and that hammer stifles them and you don't get the best out of them. So adjusting to the times is great player relations. But have to remember core values are core values. So you got to keep the basics. We talk fundamentals. I'm a fundamental coach. Got to keep the fundamentals, but like Full Wally in the championship game. She's going down on the break and she wraps the ball around her waist and she puts the layup up and she misses it. A hard-nosed coach would have been like, it don't take all of that, make the shot, But Don understand. Full Wally makes that move. That's a layup for her. She makes that move probably,
Right.
10 times a week. So that is who she is. I'm not going to take that away from her. The second P, parent relationships.
Let's do the player one first.
Okay.
I would agree with the Bobby Knight world is over.
Yeah.
and you have to adjust or you're going to be a dinosaur. I mean,
exactly.
You can even see it in Gino. Like Gino doesn't coach.
Yeah. When you said that, I saw Gino's face pop up. Yep.
It's like he's not but he also knows if he's going to get to this player in this era. And the thing is, it's not like having less expectations.
Right. Because
It's not.
Gino just did, I think there's like a video viral of him where
I
he says
know.
he walked into the gym and watched the body language of a player and walked out and didn't even get to see him play a minute or so.
Right.
You
So
know, so the core
I
values
think
are the core
I
values.
do. I think, yeah. And I think that has to be, when we're talking about all these, that's your pillar too. Just, yeah. I mean, no one likes to be yelled at. Some of it, but I would agree with that. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to circle back on that before you went on to the parent one. Okay. So the parent one, parents have changed too.
Yeah. But with the parents, it's a little bit different. The adjustment is not for you. The adjustment is for them. But you have to set the stage early, set your boundaries, communicate. I think that we have a lot of coaches that have issues with the parents because they're saying what they're saying, they're feeling what they're feeling because they don't have any additional information. I think if you communicate to them, if you encourage them to come to practice, encourage them to tag along with some of the events, but also plan. I know a lot of high school coaches in particular that, especially like Christmas break, they go day to day, you know,
Right.
hey, come to practice Monday, and then at the end of Monday say, okay, I'll let you guys know what time we're going to go tomorrow. Well, parents, and then they get upset because the kid has to miss 2 days because we're going to see grandma.
Right.
Well, I didn't know what your schedule was.
Right. I think one of the big things with parents is over communication. I don't think you can over communicate the parent.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think you can over communicate.
Exactly.
Here's when practice is going to be. Here are my expectations.
Right. This is
here's what I expect from your son or daughter.
Right.
Here's what I expect from you in the stands. Here's what I expect from you after a game.
Exactly.
It's like you have to over communicate it.
Right.
And like, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, email.
I know. I send out a weekly thing every Sunday. It's like, here's the week. First of all, I give them a practice. I personally give them a practice schedule from November to March every day.
Exactly.
Here's when practice is. Here's when the bus leaves. Everything.
We print out the calendar, the month on a page calendar.
There you go.
Yep.
But even every Sunday, it's a reminder. Hey, remember we were going to lift weights on Tuesday. Got canceled because they're doing construction. We're going to do this instead. Remember, we're here. Remember, we're doing a pasta dinner at so-and-so's house. Right. So it's like, so the parents on Sunday night know they're going to get a thing, and it's like they can just remember it, and there's everything they need. It just makes it easier on everybody.
It makes it easier. Yep.
Yeah, I think that over communication. I know that over communication.
No such thing.
No surprises. The problem is, and I'm going to tell high school coaches that are listening to this, you get fired for a couple reasons. You're inappropriate. You should be fired. You embezzle money or use money inappropriately, should be fired. Or the parents come after you. And usually the parents come after you because they don't know what's going on. Now, there's exceptions to that. But, as long as you're honest with the kid, you're honest with the parent, maybe you'll still lose your job. But those are the three places you really lose your job. Because if everything's going smooth, the admin's going to leave you alone.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Exactly. Yep.
So okay. And then what's the third one here?
The third one is public relations. I think at all levels, having your city, your town, your community behind you only improves your athletes, first of all, but it has propensity to improve your program because when you need some funding, you're not begging. It's can you help us? I'm gonna allude to Don Staley often. They're not fans, they're fams. So turn your community into your fam. Support them. A lot of teams, I think, go out to the sickle cell 3K walk so they can be seen and they take pictures and they post it up, but then they never show up again.
Right.
No, not a one and done. But this is not Kentucky. I need you. Find a cause that you can help consistently. Boys and Girls Club, go down there. and, hang out with them, not just basketball, but just hang out, sit down in the chairs and talk to them. You're closer to their age than, the adults that work there,
Right.
and go. I mean, if you have to, I would say forfeit an hour of practice. Let a practice just be a shoot around, and use the last hour or the first hour of that practice to go to the Boys and Girls Club and hang out with the kids for a while.
Well, part of it is modeling too. It's no
Yeah.
different. Like as a parent, you model what you want your kids to do. If you're coming home and getting smashed every night, then you're modeling something.
Right.
If you want them to know that it's about the public, it's about giving back, it's about
Right.
I always tell the kids in my classes, it's like, what's the meaning of life? And they look at me and I go, you think about that. And usually by the end of the year, I talk about it. I said, I really think the meaning of life is trying to leave this place a little bit better than you found it. And that might
Pay your rent for where you are.
yes. And it's like, and part of it is like, part of me leaving this place better is hopefully I'm raising two great kids that are going to help make the world better.
Right.
Maybe my teaching, I'm a math major. I could have made a lot more money doing something else, but I'm trying to make a difference in students' lives and
Right.
teach them something that's going to help them maybe be able to support their families and do things that they want and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's where I think you got to model those things if you want to do it. So let's circle with these. Give a quick summary of them, and then do you think there's one key component to the three?
To the three.
Yeah, to the three.
Okay, with the player relations, I think core values are core values, but be willing to adjust. With the parents, communicate, set boundaries and communicate. Plan. And with the public, support the community and they'll support you.
Bingo. All right. That was great, Coach. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Actually, if you did, subscribe and like, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better.